You're watching Channel 7, named Michigan's Station of the Year. This is 7 Action News at 6.
A community comes together tonight, sharing memories of lives taken away far too soon. You're looking at video from a spaghetti dinner in St. Clair Shores, honoring 4 teens killed in last week's horrific car accident. Good evening, I'm Glenda Lewis. The teens pictured here were hit at a Roseville intersection last Monday night by an accused drunk driver. Well, ever since, family, friends, and even strangers have kept their memories alive with a series of fundraisers. Action News reporter Cheryl Choden is live at one of those events going on right now. Cheryl?
Well, Glenda, it has been incredible. This started at 3 this afternoon. It's winding down right now. Most people came and they paid and they did eat, but some people actually came just to make a donation. It's a spaghetti dinner that's being served with compassion today for the families of 4 teens killed in that violent crash on Gratiot less than a week ago.
It's sad that they were so young, and I just feel really bad for their family.
It's being given by the Barrister Gardens Banquet Hall at the request of a friend who wanted to rent the hall, but the owner said, we'll do it for free.
And I said, you know what? Give it free. Give it to them for free, because let people know that, you know, I felt in my heart, and I called my brother Jim, and he said do it.
So the $4 cost for children and teens and the $8 cost for adults will go 100% to the families. Terry Fulton, the aunt of Jordan Michalak, one of the teens who died in the crash, did attend today.
I've made a pact within myself that I'm going to go and represent Jordan at every fundraiser there is. So I will be at every single one of them. I'll do my best to be at every single one of them, and the family can't thank everyone enough for what they've done.
Now, there is still one more funeral. That's tomorrow morning. It's for Stephanie Curry in Mount Clemens at St. Peter's Church. It does appear from all the fundraisers this week, all the families will have enough money for those funerals. Reporting live, I'm Cheryl Choden, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. And as Cheryl just telling us, tomorrow family and friends will gather for the last of 4 funerals. Services for Stephanie Curry are set for 11:30 in the morning at St. Peter Catholic Church in Mount Clemens. And stay with Action News as the community recovers from this tragedy. And log on to WXYZ.com to find out all the ways you can help the victims' families. Governor Granholm chimes in on the economy from Washington as the Obama administration says there is signs of a recovery. Meanwhile, Republicans are claiming his policies could send the country into financial ruin. Action News reporter Tom Waite has this story.
Will the economy recover? And if it does, when? The Obama administration is shifting its tone, with advisors now saying they believe the president's policies will lead to some signs of recovery this year.
I think we are absolutely taking the right policies. I have every expectation, as do private forecasters, that we will bottom out this year and actually be growing again by the end of the year.
Republicans disagree, saying the president's policies will put us too deep in a financial hole.
The practical implications of this is bankruptcy for the United States. There's no other way around it. If we maintain the proposals which are in this budget over the 10-year period that this budget covers, this country will go bankrupt.
Governor Granholm also chimed in about the issues today. She's not ready to declare a light at the end of the tunnel for Michigan. So much depends on the auto industry.
I don't know that we're going to see job growth, or maybe it is some growth in the overall economy, but I can tell you for us, what happens with this auto task force, what happens in how we as a country support the manufacturing sector, it's all wrapped in together.
The governor also asked about whether the autos are being treated fairly by Congress and the administration.
It is a huge unfairness. Can I just say that? This is why it's so hot right now in Michigan, is that there is this impression of a complete disparity of the way people are being treated.
And that was Tom Waite reporting. Your utility bills could shoot up unless the state steps in. Starting in May, Consumers Energy households may go up 11%, and another 11% hike could be applied to Detroit Edison customers in July. The increase could take effect automatically under a new state law if Michigan Public Service Commission does not act within 6 months of the rate spike requests. Possible concessions will be the topic of talks between Chrysler LLC and the Canadian Auto Workers Union tomorrow. Automakers seeking Canadian financial support must reach cost-cutting agreements before March 31st to qualify for the money. The CAW reached a deal with General Motors earlier this month. The Canadian Union says it wants Chrysler and Ford Motor Company to agree to the same terms. But Ford and Chrysler have said the GM worker concessions aren't enough to make them competitive. And Michigan's nursing program is getting a boost from the governor. Governor Jennifer Granholm's administration is awarding about $5 million to 9 nursing schools and 2 hospitals as part of the Michigan Nursing Corps program. It's designed to add nurses in the face of a looming labor shortage. The funding will help hire instructors and add training centers. The next piece of the administration's economic bailout program will be unveiled tomorrow, dealing with toxic assets, the bad loans still weighing down the banking industry. ABC's Rachel Martin has details.
Solving the toxic assets problem would allow banks to pursue more normal lending policies. With credit unfrozen, it would be easier for consumers to get all types of loans, money that would then flow back into the economy. The plan involves buying as much as $1 trillion in troubled assets and would be accomplished in 3 ways. A fund to back private investors' purchase of the bad assets. Expansion of a Federal Reserve program in which investors buy securities backed by consumer debt, and using the FDIC to buy toxic assets. There is so much money involved, the government needs to partner with private investors. But some fear the fallout over AIG bonuses from Capitol Hill and the White House may scare investment groups away.
I think they understand that the president realizes they're in a different category, and I think they are going to have confidence that they're going to be able to come into this program.
There is also concern the administration will seek rules limiting executive pay at banks, Wall Street firms, and possibly other companies.
I've been trying to do this, frankly, since 2006, address the whole question of executive compensation and the perverse incentives you get from the way it's structured.
Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner is the chief architect of the White House bailout plan. President Obama has expressed his full confidence in Geithner, and the administration is predicting an economic upturn within a year's time. Rachel Martin, ABC News, Washington.
Police are looking for one of 2 men who attempted to steal an ATM. The pair attempted to swipe the ATM out of CVS Pharmacy around 6 o'clock this morning. When officers responded, they saw a U-Haul truck driving away, dragging an ATM behind it. As police chased the truck, the ATM broke free. Police were able to stop the U-Haul and arrest 1 man. Police are still searching for the second suspect. An Amber Alert out of Grand Rapids has been canceled. A man told police he saw a girl kidnapped on Friday, but at this hour, no one has reported a girl missing to police. Investigators believe the man may have seen something, but maybe not a kidnapping. And still ahead on Action News at 6, a 4th police officer dies after a shootout in California. Plus, the community gathers to help a family after a father and son are killed. And police are looking for the people who thought piles of cash found on the freeway was free. Sean?
All right, Glenda. Well, a sunny ending to the day as expected, but rain now in the 7-day forecast for when it will arrive coming up in a few minutes.
A man wanted for violating parole killed 4 police officers in California. The shooter, Lavelle Mixon, was also killed. Investigators say the 26-year-old opened fire and killed 2 officers Saturday afternoon after they pulled him over. Mixon was killed later that afternoon in a gunfight that left 2 more officers dead. Police say the officers' deaths were the most ever in a single day in the department's history. A manhunt is underway for a Virginia hotel worker who police say shot and killed 2 of his supervisors. It happened late Saturday in Hot Springs. Investigators say Beecher Hackney shot the men with a semi-automatic handgun, then took off running. No other injuries were reported. Hackney worked as a trash collector for the hotel. And still ahead on Action News at 6, what does the work week forecast have in store? Meteorologist Sean Ash coming up with details. And actor Bruce Willis ties the knot. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Help tonight for a family still struggling with the loss of both a father and son. The pair was killed when a street racer crashed into their car in Detroit. Action News reporter Peggy Agar has the story from downtown.
Will Samuels is struggling with the fact that someone street racing in a truck hit and killed his father and brother, then left them to die.
We just walk over 2 dead bodies, somebody who is injuring like it's nothing, and that's not fair at all.
1 week after the accident, Will's emotional pain is coupled with a financial burden to bury Donald Heron and Dimitri Lewis.
Donald was the sole provider of the family. No, he's not here, so it's like basically everything else is just me right now.
So Will's bosses at Selden Blues are throwing 2 fundraisers today.
The financial support is always important, especially when you're burying 2 people, the father and the brother.
I actually work at Sinai Grace Hospital where Donald worked at, and just came down to support the family.
The money raised through brunch and appetizers will help with burial and medical expenses for Will's brother, Akeem Duhaney, who was also hurt in the accident.
When he coughed, it's blood, he spit blood out and stuff like that, so it's serious.
Will Samuels works in the kitchen here at Selden Blues. He tells me it was very difficult today to actually go out front and eat.
Really in there by himself right now in pain. I want to go where he at.
A tough day for Will Samuels, who really is only asking for help in one area tonight.
No, we appreciate it. Pray for us. We need your prayer.
Downtown, Peggy Agar, Channel 7 Action News.
They were serving up hope for a cure to cystic fibrosis in Dearborn today. Our own Bill Spencer took part in the tennis tournament designed to raise money for the hereditary disease. Those with CF, which often causes bad lung infections, usually die in their 20s and 30s. Today's tournament provides hope for a cure.
98% of all the money goes to research, and we're getting close to a cure, and we'd all like to have stop doing what we're doing and dedicate our lives to helping another cause. But CF is the #1 genetic killer of little children, and so we're committed to the end.
It is the 22nd year for the tournament. Autism is capturing the attention of state lawmakers. They're tired of passing laws forcing insurance companies to require coverage. Well, now there's a lawsuit against Blue Cross Blue Shield filed by several advocacy groups. The Blues oppose the requirement because it made a state mandate. Autism groups say treatment helps half of all kids. They add the other half make improvements. And those who picked up free cash during a California police chase could be in trouble. Drug enforcement agents are reviewing video of the San Diego freeway chase, trying to identify the drivers who collected some cash that fleeing suspects threw fistfuls of out of their truck. DEA agents did recover more than $17,000, but believe several people still have some of that money they say is evidence in a criminal investigation. Action star Bruce Willis is a married man again. The actor exchanged I-do's with British model Emma Hemming at his home in the Caribbean on Saturday. Among those who attended the ceremony, Willis's ex-wife, actress Demi Moore, and their 3 daughters, as well as Moore's husband, Ashton Kutcher, and singer Madonna. The couple dated just over a year before tying the knot. A colorful spectacle today in Novi. Winter Guard bills itself as the sport of the arts. Thousands of people take part every year, including kids from kindergarten through college. Dozens of Metro Detroit schools took part in today's event. Action News anchor Stephen Clark has daughters who participated with the Walled Lake Central's Scholastic Open team. It's grown rapidly and is one of the premier units in the U.S. State finals in 3 weeks at Grand Baylor State. And just a beautiful day outside today, Sean. We're feeling spring returning.
Oh, yeah, and it was nice here. No doubt about it. Good evening, everybody. Yes, visible satellite courtesy of Doppler 7 Viper, proving what Glenda was talking about here. Look at the clouds really dissipating throughout the day, courtesy of a dry flow, but a cool flow coming off of Lake Huron here. You can see what I'm talking about. 36 in Port Huron, away from the lake, 46 in Detroit, 54 in Kalamazoo here. And we're going to see a similar setup tomorrow where the lake shores are going to be much colder colder than the inland areas. Right now it's 44 in Pontiac, 41 in Howell, 51 in Jackson, and 52 degrees in Adrian. The passage of a cold front allowing that northeast wind to kick up the cold air coming off the lakes. It's mild inland. It's warm south of the front. We're going to be out of the warm stuff probably for the next several days the way things are shaping up. We are all under the cold chill tonight as temperatures will get down well into the 20s by early in the morning. 28 Monroe, Romulus 27, 26 Ypsilanti. It's an east wind for tomorrow. So along the lake shores, Lake Erie, Lake St. Clair, Monroe, Flat Rock, probably low mid 40s, but away from the lake closer to 50, maybe above that in Adrian at 52 and 52 degrees in Howell. And notice the clouds are back to the west of us for tomorrow. That will change as that dry flow starts to relax here. We'll see the clouds returning as we head into Tuesday, but it's just clouds. The air is still at the surface, still relatively dry, so we'll see some clouds moving in, and then quite a bit of rain moving in for the middle part of the week. Rain fairly likely for Wednesday, and there still is a possibility maybe a rumble of thunder or two as we head into the middle part of the week here. So overnight forecast shapes up like this. It's clear, it's cold, 27 as you get ready for tomorrow morning. The commute will be on the chilly side, but we'll make up for it. Plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Mostly sunny. Most of the metro close to about 49, but again, those cool lake breezes will keep you much colder than that if you live along the lake shores here. It's 52 on Tuesday, increasing clouds with the rain returning for the middle part of the week. Throw in a little thunderstorm symbol there as well. Nothing severe. We'll go for a high of about 55 degrees. And the rest of your work week shapes up like this. Thursday, Friday, dry. We'll have to wait on next weekend. There's not a real consensus on our computer models, but right now it does look like there will be a chance of rain and maybe some thunderstorms here. And we'll keep you updated on that. And you can also stay tuned to the weather at your fingertip there, WXYZ.com. But this was a pretty nice day. We made it for that cloudy day we had yesterday. A lot of sunshine to end out the weekend.
Saw my tulips peeking out. I thought, this is a good sign.
Here we go. Yeah, getting closer.
Thank you, Sean.
You bet.
Tom Leiden's up next with sports. A dramatic ending to the Pistons game with the Heat in Auburn Hills. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Just not enough for the Pistons today.
Really frustrating when you lead a game for basically the entire 48 minutes and then you end up blowing it down the stretch. 13 games left, Glenda. The Pistons are under 500, 7th place in the East, staring down a first-round date with Boston. Still no Rip, no Rasheed, no Iverson today. Dwayne Wade makes him pay. He leads Miami to a comeback win that had just an absolutely great finish. Wade sets the tone early, aggressive offensively, scored 39 points when all was said and done. But Rodney Stuckey up to the challenge, answered as best he could, finished with 24. Right to the end, Pistons down 2, Stuckey driving, dishing to Walter Herman, and he nails the 3 that puts Detroit up 1. To the other end we go. Miami down 1. Get one look at it here. The miss is scooped up by Udonis Haslem, and he sinks that follow, so it's 97-96 Miami. Here we go. Last shot for Detroit. Stuckey down the lane, roughed up by Wade, but there is no call. Obviously, you got to take another look at this one. Clearly, there's contact, but in my mind, the bigger miss was this. Look at Wade's right foot. He's out of bounds. Should have been Piston ball. Miami wins 101-96, and check out the fan behind the hoop. Talking to Wade. That was a foul, man. That was a foul. Wade just shakes his head and says no.
I guess the wrestling is different. I don't know, man. I don't even want to talk about that. We lost the game. You know, I thought I went to the basket aggressively. He had 2 of his fingers on me, and they didn't call it back.
It was a foul, and he was out of bounds. Here's something you don't see every day. The Tigers were no hit by the Marlins in Lakeland. Ricky Nolasco faces the minimum 21 batters through 7. 2 other Marlins pick him up to seal the deal. Now, on the positive side of things, Justin Verlander solid today as well. He pitched 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs. You need that type of news if you're a Tiger fan. Marlins didn't do much offensively, but they didn't need to. John Rayner touching up Bobby C here for a solo shot that makes it 2-zip. And crazy. In March, we're talking about this. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Leo Nunez on the hill for Florida. Ramon Santiago punched out, just unreal. I've never personally seen it, though I'm sure it's happened before. A no-hitter. The Michigan State women's team was at home, but they were actually the visiting team in their round 1 matchup with Middle Tennessee. And boy, does Middle Tennessee have a player in Alicia Clark. Nation's leading scorer, puts up 34 today. 25 were in the first half. The Spartans were down 6 at the break. Ahead to another good finish just over a minute to go. This long ball from Mia Johnson gives MSU a 3-point lead, so Middle Tennessee has a chance to win. They're down a point. Here's a brilliant idea. Let's post up on the 6'9" Alyssa DeHaan. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Spartans advance to face their old coach, Joanne McCallie and Duke, in round 2. Should be interesting. Sprint Cup Series in Bristol today. Short track racing for the first time in 09, but long or short doesn't matter to Kyle Busch. For the second time this year, he finishes in front. It's a green-white checker finish. That is 3 wins for the Busch family. Denny Hamlin and Jimmy Johnson round out the top 3. Michigan's hockey team headed to the NCAA tournament for the 19th straight season. Wolverines the top seed in the East. They'll open on Friday in Bridgeport, Connecticut against Air Force. And as always, we invite your comments and questions for the Sports Update mailbag. We'll take the best one we get, put it on the air tonight. Sports@WXYZ.com, your mailbag address. Mike Stone and I will dig through the bag, try to find something interesting to kick around. All right, Sean, I'm putting you on the spot. You've been watching. What's the update for Sparty game?
Sparty down by 4, under 17 to go.
I'm sitting here with my heart racing.
Oh, boy. A long time. There's a long time left.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
And that's the latest from Action News. We thank you for joining us this evening. Be sure to join us tonight for Action News at 11 right here on Channel 7. And remember, the news is always on our website, WXYZ.com. Hope you have a good evening.
This has been a presentation of 7 Action News. Go to WXYZ.com anytime for the latest breaking news and most accurate weather. Channel 7, on air, online, on your sound, and on your side.